ọmọ Yorùbá gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kóòtù òjíire mo tún ti dé bí mo ṣe ń dé o ẹ súnmọ́ bí kẹtù wá gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo tún mú wá àní ẹ súnmọ́ bí kẹtù wá gbọ́ ohun tí mo mú wá fún wa ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ fìdílé nǹkan kẹtù wá gbọ́ ohun tí mo mú wá fún wa ọ̀rọ̀ tí Sultan of Sokoto tó sọ nípa Excellency President Bola Ahmed ọmọ Tinubu ẹ wá gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ. tẹ́ ẹ bá gbàgbé gbogbo wa mọ̀ pé military base ó ti wà ní nọ́ọ̀tì lórí báwọn Boko Haram tẹ́ ń dá àwọn aláàmú lóde Nàìjíríà náà lọ́fàá táwọn military base tó fi wà ní nọ́ọ̀tì o. àmọ́ ọ̀tọ̀ sọ nípa ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn mo fẹ́ kí a jọ farabalẹ̀ kí a jọ gbọ́ eléyìí jẹ́ ohun tí mo mú wá fún gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kóòtù òjíire àná àwọn pípù iṣẹ́ plan tí wọ́n ń plan lórí wa kò dá pàápàá àwa ni ẹ má jẹ́ ká lajú wa sílẹ̀ tí kálùbọ̀ wa tó kò wọ́ òun la fi ń pariwo fún bàbá wa Excellency wa Bola Ahmed ọmọ Tinubu Jagaban bàbá ẹ tètè bá wa wá nǹkan ṣe sí ẹ tètè bá wa di bàbá wa Sunday Adéníyì Adéyẹmọ ẹ bá wa tì wọ́n lẹ́yìn lórí ètò ààbò tẹ́ ẹ gbélé wọn lọ́wọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kó pẹ́ mọ́ àfẹ́ kó pẹ́ abẹ́ kí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ wọn ní pẹrẹwu ṣé ti gbọ́ bàbá Tinubu ohun tí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tá a fẹ́ látọ̀dọ̀ yín nìyẹn ẹ sì má gbàgbé láti bá wa ṣe restructuring pẹ̀lú state police tẹ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wò mí tẹ́ ẹ ń gbọ́ mi mo lè fẹ́ bí ẹmí TV show ẹ ṣe gan ni o ẹ jẹ́ kí a gbọ́ ohun tí mo mú wá tẹ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ ẹ ṣe gan bá a ká lọ.
Good day, my people. You're welcome to today's political broadcast. Today is the 18th of the North. Now, for me, it is shocking that a whole Sultan of Sokoto does not know why we have a U.S. base in the North, especially in northern Nigeria, and is asking how long will they stay there. Recently, the Sultan of Sokoto went to visit the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Aso Rock. Details of their meeting, they hid it from the press, but from sources, he went to meet the president on 3 things. Now, it is concerning northern Nigeria. Number one, it is El-Rufai. He went to ask the president, is either you charge him to court or you release him. He also spoke to the president on the issues of insecurity. What is the president doing to stop insecurity in northern Nigeria? And the third one is asking, what is a U.S. military base doing in Bauchi North? Why northern Nigeria? Why do we have a U.S. military base in northern Nigeria? How long are they going to stay there? So for me, it is surprising that a whole Sultan, spiritual head, traditional head, political head of northern Nigeria, the leader of Muslims in the whole Nigeria, does not know why there is a U.S. military base in Bauchi. He was a former soldier. I don't know whether he's lieutenant captain. He was a former soldier. So he needs to understand that all this is just politics and optics. Like I said, after Tinubu finished his second term, if they see northern Nigeria, you know they recognize them again. See, politicians happening on the ground that people don't understand. We are not coming out to say a lot of things that we notice, but the little things we say, I will assure you, according to Buhari, that Tinubu's second term, you see Tinubu, you see third term. If Tinubu does not put in somebody that is loyal to him from the north, you see, these northerners, they are very, very strong-headed. The other day, Malami was saying that we still fight against injustice, blah, blah, blah. When Malami was Attorney General of the Federation, did he ever represent anything called justice? So if the Sultan is telling me that he does not know why the U.S. troops are on boots, on ground in Bauchi, then let us educate him. Number one, there is insecurity in northern Nigeria. And number two, there's a Christian genocide going on in northern Nigeria, even though the Sultan will not agree. The thing that surprised me is that the Sultan will not speak on the killings, bandits, and Fulani herdsmen. All he wants to do is just to defend his people that are connected to the insecurity that is going on in the north. I told you that, look at the Igboho killing. You will never hear the Sultan speak against it. Most of these politicians, you will never hear them speak against it. Most of these clerics, this imam in the mosque, that every Friday they are bashing Tinubu, they will not speak against the activities of their brothers, Fulani bandits and terrorists. We are having videos every time. These bandits are doing TikTok videos, but the Sultan will not see it. His eminence does not see it expedient that he speaks against the activities of these bandits. Who is deceiving who? US have come to stay in the north. US is leaving in no time soon. You don't know United States. You just be like Fulani. If you allow Fulani in your community, you give them house to stay. Before you make one Fulani, Madonna. Now blood and tears. You go come Fulani. Go and ask Kwara people. Before you come Fulani, that is the way US is going to camp in the north. That bounty they extend and extend and extend. Although it is ironical that even with the presence of the United States, there's still escalation of insecurity, terrorism, killings don't increase. And it is ironical, we can't explain. But as it stands today, US is not leaving anytime soon until there is a stability, until the killings, incessant killings of Christians stop in the north. If the northern politicians, the Muslim north, because they are the ones that control the political space, the Muslim north, if they come together and agree, let us stop this terrorism we are inflicting on ourselves and on Christians and other people, then you can talk about the US leaving. But we know that these die-hard monsters will never want to stop what gives them joy. What their destiny, what they have come to achieve in life is what these monsters are doing. So for that answer, US is not leaving anytime soon. If you look at northern Nigeria today, it is usually a Muslim person that becomes a leader. The Christians don't go here. If there's a Christian representative from the north today, okay, we agree, north 8 years, south 8 years. Now south now we finish their 8 years. And you want to bring somebody from the north. Northern Muslims will never support or vote for a northern Christian. They will never, over their dead body. That is how evil and how bad they are. As you see them, they know how to play that politics of exclusion by pretending. They will never support a northern Christian. That is why in next elections, northern Christians should know where they belong. Know who have them, like who have good intentions from them. I don't know what to do whether Tinubu is a bad person, blah blah. Like I told you, all political parties are the same. Politicians are likely the same. I put Peter as an exception when it comes to some kind of corruption. Peter is not a saint. I'm fixing it. Peter is not a saint. But I don't care whether you like Tinubu or not. These Muslim Northerners will never favor Christians, northern Christians, never. They will never allow them rise up to any rank. If you look at the succession politically, those that are likely to become president from northern region, almost all of them are Muslims. I repeat, almost all of them are Muslims.
Yes.
Now, Tinubu come with a Muslim ticket. He is giving relevance to some of these Christian northerners. Yes. Look at the APC national chairman. I believe he's a Christian. Look at the Minister of Defense, Musa. I believe he's a Christian. And these are politicians that he's preparing. He's like incubating them for the future. If you leave it for Arewa will only use, is either Fulani, Kanuri, they will be Muslims. It's a Muslim thing. Now we have Northern Christian Association. Now the Northern Christian Association should not follow those people that say Christians should not get involved in politics. Christians are not supposed to do politics. Blah blah blah. No. If you are a Christian, You want to make a change, you don't have political power, you're as useless as every other person. So northern Christians, they need to buckle up and prepare. Like I said, it is very important for us to keep the Fulani from power for a very long time. Until the Middle Beltans, those in the Middle Belt, come together and build a formidable political structure that they will use to represent themselves anytime they are sharing power in Abuja. Now, when they say it is time for North, the same call Northern Muslims, after using time to prepare their Fulani and Kanuri brothers and Muslim brothers and push them at the upper echelon, they use their politics and bring every other person under them, the way they did to Hausa people. You will not present still a Muslim in Northern, a Muslim Fulani. Yes. So the son of Sokoto is the leader of Muslims. Now, politically, he will tell you that he's leader of everybody politically in the North. He is not concerned about what is going on, the killings of his brothers, because he's a Fulani. The killings, the injustice, the system that favors the Fulani in the North. He will not speak about it. He's going to ask me, my brother, US has come. Tinubu cannot tell US to leave. That is the problem. If you can order Tinubu, because I know Tinubu respects the Sultan. The Sultan still wields political influence in Nigeria. You know why these politicians in the North like their people the way they are behaving like zombie, so that they can control them at any, they can use remote and control them. So Sultan of Sokoto knows that the people that he is ruling, they are like zombie. You don't say around Kade, they just move like this. Nobody will think whether they are going to. That's why we have suicide bombers. You have people, suicide bombers. When you talk about terrorism, you can easily use Muslims as terrorists, especially the ones in the northern Nigeria. Because of the zombie-like thinking and nature, they have forced them to zombie. That's why every other time, if you give birth to a child in northern Nigeria, they will force him to go and be learning whether Amajiri or Ileke, because that is where they form them into zombies. So the Sultan knows that he wields a kind of religious influence over them. When he speaks down, they can burn and destroy everything. So he still has political influence in Nigeria. Like I said, these politicians, the only way they negotiate for power is through violence, through religious extremism. There are people at their beck and call that if they say, oh, you start killing yourself because of Allah, start killing yourself because Tinubu refused to give us power. There are people that will obey them and start killing themselves without thinking, with the thinking faculty that God gave to them. That's the only way it's influential. When you see these people neglecting the real issues that is going on in the North, just know that they are accomplices. So number one, the caliphate will be under threat since US is in Nigeria. That is why he's going to meet with President Tinubu. The caliphate under threat. Now, designated as terrorist organization, let US come finish. You know, they have finished, they fight their battles in Iran. Yeah. When they settle down and finish, that verse, the goes and descend on Sultan and his brothers. Sharia is living our constitution. You know, these guys, they are very manipulative, very dubious set of people. They know the real reason, but they are trying to play their politics. They know that we know their mindset, their agenda. But the only way they can have their way is through violence and killings. That's the only way. They cannot have discussion, a conversation, and they cannot win through a conversation. They only win through violence. Yes, religious extremism, that's the only way they win you. So like I said, Tinubu should have given, if I had Tinubu, I will answer him. I said, I have nothing to say. Let me go and come back. Yes. Because as it stands today, US, their main interest is to make sure that you see those AES, those military states, they are trying to make sure that they revert them into civilian rule. Tinubu has no power over the US coming into Nigeria and even going. So little or nothing can Tinubu do at this moment. Even we have a Fulani in power. A Fulani cannot drive the US away. Should be that the same people, Buhari and Erifai, with the same Tinubu, when they want to meet Jonathan, they carry the matter, go meet the same US. US can't help them. They can't plan, move Jonathan. Erifai used to say that if you want to know how you can remove a sitting president, go and ask Jonathan. So they went to meet US. So as it is, US is there to stay. And number two, see, we want to restructure Nigeria. I'm addressing the Sultan because he seems not to understand what is going on. We want to restructure the country and make sure that every single region, every single nationality is well represented, especially in the north. The middle belt will be well represented politically. We want to dismantle that caliphate of the Sultan. Because the caliphate of the Sultan is limiting people from having to achieve their political future. Yes, their political dreams. See, we have said it. Top 5 politicians in the north, almost all of them Fulani. You can see 1 or 2 Kanuri. First class citizen for Northern Nigeria na Fulani. Second class na Kanuri. Hausa and other people, I don't go on that. If you look at the Nigerian Council of Islamic Affairs, that group where the Sultan Sokoto head is the leader of all Muslims. You see Fulani first, before Fulani first, you see the Borno person second. Before they put Yoruba, because Yoruba is protesting. We cannot do blah blah blah. We cannot do that. Thank God it is Ramadan season. The Sultan of Sokoto cannot tell us that he is so comfortable in Sokoto where the bandit is going on that he's not being affected. It is the non-Christians, non-Muslims that are usually affected. The people that does not align to the doctrine and to their Sharia, to their jihadist doctrine, these are the people that are affected. The Sultan of Sokoto, the presence of the Sultan cannot protect these people in the north. The Sultan, your presence cannot protect them. So what is now the essence of us having somebody who is a leader of Muslims in Nigeria, someone who is a political leader and a traditional ruler? What's the essence? See, if the bandits overrun Nigeria today, we have said it many times, if the bandits defeat Nigeria today, Sultan of Sokoto is still going to be one of the biggest beneficiaries of this Islamic state that this Boko Haram and Iswap want to create. Yes, these people that are sympathizing with terrorists, they will still be beneficiaries. They feel safe in the world of bandits and Boko Haram because they know what they are fighting for. Yes, at the moment, they want the politicians, their politicians to, now they are doing it for gain, for money, to get weapons, to equip themselves. That's what they are doing it, to put fear, to demoralize Nigerian army, military. That's what they are doing for now. Because their person is not in power. If now their person is in power, they now push for another agenda to make sure that the Islamic jihadists have another firm grip on politics in Nigeria. Go to the north today. You see Christians dressing like Muslims. Yes, because they put that fear in you. Sometimes you are forced to dress like a hajia. If you go to schools, sometimes they force you to dress in a certain way, even though you are a Christian. That is how they operate, these guys. And I trust Tinubu understand what is going on. When Tinubu finish in first term, if you enter, may them not allow Tinubu enter second term, we have said it. But if you allow Tinubu enter second term, now you know, now your problem with that. If Tinubu enters second term, now time you go hear say, some people say, is there anything like sort of the way you go package them, put inside nylon bag, put them inside those bin, like the politician in the north. Like I said, there is no politician, not a politician after Tinubu's second tenure that will boast of national popularity. That will boast of national after Tinubu, like he can control structures. The structures we have in Nigeria today, who is controlling it? Shenami the controller. Now Tinubu the controller now. In Northern Nigeria today, which state is not APC? Bala, Bauchi State Governor. Which state is not APC? In Northern Nigeria. Now, even in the South, we even get opposition. In the South, we get Labour Party, we get AMDA, we get Accord, we get PDP. In the South, that's how. And these Northerners are going to say it is not in the people, blah blah blah. My brother, should be election time. They will give all of them task. Everybody should deliver this, deliver this, deliver that. They know that Tinubu is ruthless. If most of them are joining the APC to sabotage the APC from inside, even for Tinubu second term, Tinubu no care half of Nigeria burn down, may become president. You don't get the memo. If you are saying I'm supporting Tinubu, I'm supporting evil, now una plant the evil, and the evil that they reap una call the mythos, they cry. You can't be crying for me. You planted the evil, nepotism, you planted it. The preferential treatment, you planted it. We go school for South. We get our degrees, first class, the best schools. But it is time to get government jobs. You people go play nepotism. You go cheat. Fix your people there against the number of qualified people, thereby destroying our institutions, destroying the economy. And we are here crying and lamenting that this and that. Look at Malami talking about injustice. Look at the Malami. You people connive, went to kidnap somebody in Kenya, and you have the temerity to talk about injustice. Peter Obi went to visit Malami. I understand politics. You need your enemy. I understand that. But Peter Obi should also look at the fact that he's going to be losing middle belt support base. So David Mark cannot push any. David Mark said will not even win his local government. The chairman of the ADC. We know that the ADC is under they're having court issue now. APC has a plan for ADC. That's on the side. I'm telling you. We know that Peter Obi going to visit Malami is trying to send his hand across, because normally everybody that want to gaslight you, Peter Obi say they are still criminality. And why is he going? If they are gaslighting, you, because they know that you cannot win elections without everybody getting involved. If you are even abusing Peter Obi of this and that, what of the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu that allow Buhari and El-Rufai, those people that invited hoodlums? What of the Tinubu that brought in Buhari that destroyed Nigeria? That you are supporting? Because I know most of the people that will say so, they are APC supporters and they are supporters of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So don't gaslight. Let's tell ourselves the truth. If Peter Obi wants to get anywhere, he has to have have a handshake with other structures in Nigeria, because he's a president for everybody. It's not like Buhari, he's president for some people, while some people give him 3%. Now, even in that same North government that Sultan of Sokoto is, there will be a tsunami.
Mo lérò pé ẹ farabalẹ̀ gbọ́ ohun tí mo tún mú wá fún wa yìí. Ẹ bá mi pín kọ́ lọ ka àwọn tí ò tí gbọ́ lára. Wọ́n tó wá gbọ́ ohun tí mo mú wá. Ṣẹ̀rí gbọ́ kò ní sú wa. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò ní rẹ̀ wá láti ṣe ìdùnnú rẹ̀. Àwa náà la máa wá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni ẹ̀yin náà la máa dé bá.